Ooh, what's this? Avatar on a Saturday during Pride Month? Hi everybody.
Hi.
We had some weather issues that got in the way of us. Um, but we are here doing our makeup session. And I just found out because OBS told me that today is my affiliate anniversary. So I've been doing this for over a year on Twitch now, which is pretty freaking cool. And it's been awesome. And what really makes this fun is getting to play in fun sandboxes with dear friends and people that have become more than friends to me, people who have become family. And then I have some of those lovely people here with me today. So let's just go around and introduce ourselves, names, pronouns, who you're playing, and your character's pronouns. We'll start with Iquin.
I'm Iquin on Fire, pronouns she, they. I am playing, excuse me, sorry, as I hiccup in the middle of my sentence. I am playing Maya, who's she, her.
Okay.
Was there anything else you needed?
Nope, that's perfect. Skip
Is that
to you, yeah.
Hello, I'm Sadie, they, she, not Sunil, playing Bolin, he, him, not Vinesh, despite my banner. It is
Yes, so
banner that's a
Sunil
lie.
played with us in the first session, and then life got in the way as life does. Sadie hopped in to fill in, but we found out that Sunil's not going to be able to come back, and I unfortunately have not had the time to change the overlay. So now Vinesh is still going to be a part of the session. We'll find out how during the game, but we have Sadie playing the awesome
Bolin,
Bolin.
he, him.
Yeah.
The Bolin abides.
Moving on, we'll go to Ben.
Hi, I am Ben Guest, and tonight I am he, him, and tonight I am playing Go Ming, she, her. Super excited.
Howdy everyone, I'm John Crabtree, he, him, and I'm playing Xihua, she, her. She's a badass earthbender, and is ready to save her friends and or the world.
What is up, nerds and nerdettes and those in between? I am Josh Formeller. I am he, him, and I am playing Zhao Li, the uptight airbender, new airbender, who is starting to loosen up now, knowing that he's got his friends watching his back.
So when last we left off, you managed to fight off the forces of the Red Lotus at Wan Shi Tong's library, and you were having a little campfire scene out in the desert after you had escaped from them. We're actually going to skip forward in time a little bit. You have been traveling for about a week. You finally made your way to the shoreline and have managed to get passage on a ship that has been loaned to Bolin from some friends in the Fire Nation. You've been on this ship for, we'll say, about 4 days now. I'd love to know what you think you have either been like working on, and or if there are any conversations that you think you've had with each other that we can highlight in this moment.
I mean, if it's been fairly quiet traveling, I think Maya's just been processing a lot. Like, to the point of being, like, maybe a little less wound up. So I don't know if this is going to affect conditions or anything, but, finally starting to wrap her head around some of the things and kind of the where am I with this at the moment, and being not quite so flying by seat of the pants.
Okay. And how do you think that kind of like manifests like within like the game?
I think she might come off as more approachable. I'm not sure she's necessarily starting conversations a lot, unless it's like necessities of, you know, what do we need to do as far as getting from place to place. But much more open if somebody is wanting to talk to her.
Okay.
So just kind of not quite so closed off.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I think Go's kind of like happy place and like default activity is just like training and working on forms and stuff like that. And so I think Go is definitely doing that and seeing if anyone else wants to do any sparring and stuff. Yeah.
I'll spar with you, kid.
Hell yeah.
See if I still
as
got
two
it.
of you are sparring, what kind of conversation comes up in this moment? What's on your mind, Go?
I think Go is just like, do you think we're gonna have to worry about those Red Lotus guys anymore? I mean, we didn't see them get out of the library. Maybe they didn't get out, or maybe they'll be too far behind that we'll make it where we're going before they can catch us.
Here's hoping, kid. If I know them, I wouldn't place any bets. But we're well on our way, and you got me. We'll be fine.
One of them's a bloodbender, and I heard them in my head. I don't like that. I'm not used to people being able to do that, and I wasn't fully in control for a while. I definitely don't like that. I don't want to see them again.
Me neither, kid. I think, well, anybody who tries to take away someone else's free will is lying to themselves.
Yeah, they seem to have this idea that they're fighting for freedom. That they want everyone to just have the freedom to do whatever they want without any sort of oversight. But then they go around controlling people the same. It just feels hypocritical, and like they want something. There's a limit to the amount of freedom that people can have without just going around hurting each other.
Absolutely. You know, you'd think they would have learned it after the first few dozen times they tried this crap, but I've seen fights like this before, We've always ended up on the right side of it.
What do you think the White Lotus is gonna do with the kids, with the one that we think is the Dark Avatar? I mean, I'm sure the kid's gonna be fine. They're not gonna do anything to a kid, but what do we do? Should we be afraid of them? Or are they just part of the balance? I thought the one avatar was supposed to keep the balance, and now there's two. Does that mean it's more balanced, or the balance is out of whack? I don't know.
We're a little above my pay grade here, kid, but the White Lotus is not known for acting rashly. So whatever plan they have for these kids, I can guarantee they haven't come by it quickly or easily. And I trust that they will do the right thing. And I don't know what that is. I really don't. But there's gotta be an intrinsic difference between someone who is born to be the Dark Avatar and someone who forces it. Don't you think? Because I've seen someone force it, and that was ugly.
I mean, it sounds like the normal avatar can, they can call upon the wisdom of their past lives and stuff, but it's still just them having to make decisions and stuff as just some person. I wonder if the Dark Avatar is the same. It's not like they're inherently corrupted or anything. So I guess we don't really know.
Well, years of knowing and working with Korra taught me that anyone who would choose the life of an avatar is a fool. It's a burdensome and exhausting existence. And all we can do is hope that whomever was chosen is worthy and do our best to guide them.
Go. For this conversation, you may, and as well as the experience you've had on the road, you may master a technique in your playbook.
Ooh, very cool.
I think Shihua is not having a good time on the boat. She is very much a landlubber and is perpetually just blowing chunks over the side of the boat.
I think Bolin offers her like a piece of dried ginger. Like, here, kid, suck on this.
Thank you.
I know, it's rough out here. Us land folk, we're not meant for this.
As you're thrown up over the side of the boat, Shihua, I think you see a flash in your head of the last time you saw Vinesh. And you see the fire. And you hear the screaming. And you hear the last thing Vinesh said to you. Get out of here. I will find you. I promise. As he gets pulled away from you by the Red Lotus. What do you think is going through your mind in this moment?
I think she is feeling just incredibly guilty for abandoning her friend and not being strong enough to save them in that moment, and is kind of being pretty harsh with herself. She's not having the most positive self-talk in this moment.
Who do you think, for the other players, who do you think would see this and maybe approach Shihua, seeing in what state that she's currently in?
I think that I think Maya would recognize the
Maya, you just went
the
through
fact
this.
that she's not just having a bad time because of nausea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I pick up on that because it's one that there's a task in that. It's kind of like this is something I can try to help with. But like, it's not just the, oh, I'm gonna try to have a personal moment. It's like, no, there's something that can, there's something that helps kind of bridge the connection rather than me just trying to do it myself.
Yeah.
But that kind of that caring nature, I think she doesn't necessarily know what to say at first. It might just kind of be a walking up and sort of that comforting rub of the back. You know, when you feel sick, that it's like there's not, it doesn't have like emotional connotations to it. It's just kind of the like something that physically feels better generally, and people just know that you tend to, but like,
yeah,
trying to start out just as a presence.
And I think Shihua, while normally wouldn't be as receptive to that kind of thing, I think is lets it go without comment and just sort of appreciates the gesture.
Yeah. And I would say, like, I don't let it linger super long. You know, I try not to make it awkward, but just kind of that. Sometimes things suck, and it's.
Do you say anything?
It's. I mean, I think she's trying to find the words, and maybe for better or worse, just comes upon. Sometimes you just kind of gotta ride it out a little bit. Like,
yeah.
And I think she's catching on to the emotional weight. She doesn't quite know what that she's catching on to it. So like that it's just kind of that hanging silence of there is more than just this physical discomfort that's happening, and it's something that I resonate with even if I'm not consciously picking up on what.
But you don't. But you don't think you really say much to her in this moment?
I think Shihua would at this point like rinse out her mouth with some of her water flask and spit it over the side and just go, I can't wait to get off of this stupid boat.
Now that I understand. Certainly not the same as riding the wind.
Just want to be there, you know?
This isn't just about the mission, is it?
Maybe.
I'm not gonna pretend to know, but I don't think you did anything wrong.
Yeah, well, maybe you don't know.
Well, I know enough of my own experiences.
Yeah?
Sometimes it feels like there's not a right choice you can make. But you gotta make a choice, and so you put one foot in front of the other. And then it depends on what the next choice is. And the next one, and the next one. Valar used to tell me that.
Dewey, you were close?
It was the help I needed at that time. And I wish I still had it, but I think at least the time we had, I definitely needed it back then.
Shihua, you are in a pretty bad headspace, and you're pretty far off center right now. Threatening to just go completely out of balance into self-reliance. In this moment, I think you know that Maya's been with you all for a while. And none of you still know anything about Maya's past. Maya has not opened up to you.
And I think
you're in this moment where you could potentially open up, but you could potentially close off depending on how this conversation goes. What kind of move do you want to do in this moment, in this conversation?
I think I'm gonna use so I had taken Catch a Liar as one of my moves. With your permission, I'd like to swap it out with Suspicious Mind.
It's the finale. Let's go for it. Let's have some fun here.
Just because the other one hasn't come up as useful. So I'm gonna try and figure Maya out. So I'm gonna roll a focus. Which it's been a minute since I've played the system. It's a D6, right?
2d6.
2d6. So that's gonna be plus focus. That's gonna be a 10. And so I can, which allows me to hold 2, and I can spend one of them to ask a player a question while I observe or interact with them, and they must answer honestly. So I'm going to look at Maya and say, what do you really want right now?
She at least definitely considers it on a genuine level. Like, she's not looking for just something to toss off, that she's just trying to find the words, and it's What is it? A place to belong. I've never really had something I would consider home. Kind of hoping school would be that. But... the way things keep happening, I wonder sometimes if I'll get a chance to stay put and actually feel safe.
Zhao, Goming, I think at this moment, like, I think both of you kind of enter the scene as you see the two of them having this conversation. Bolin, I think you're watching, but not engaging.
What, Shihua, what do you want? I've been thinking about what are we gonna do after this mission? You know, we saved the world, we saved the Avatar, but we don't have our teacher anymore. We can't go back to how it was before.
I don't know if I can think about after right now. I want to get my friend back. And I want to make sure that the Red Lotus can't do this to anybody else.
Some solid goals.
I'll deal with after.
Well, that much, I definitely agree with you. I think Maya's probably been subconsciously playing with the knife again, but that's one moment where it like goes still, and she just kind of like, or that grip of deciding on something that. What about you, Zhao?
Zhao is, he's kind of, Zhao really isn't like in like the group like per se right now, like in the middle of the boat. He's hanging out like over by the bow, I guess, like right at the tip of the bow, and kind of just hanging out there with like the wind kind of flowing like over him. He's got the compass that he found in his hand, and I think what's going through Zhao's mind right now is because he's been hearing everything that's been happening, but he's also kind of in his own mind, and he's conflicted about, you know, he's thinking about his ancestor, Professor Zay, and what drove him to find the library, and what it ended up costing him, and why it ended up costing him his life, and also thinking back to our escape from the library and how there was a moment where Zhao could have easily gone one way or the other about giving in to what the Red Lotus wanted in joining them or escaping. And I think it's just kind of created like a bit of a storm in Zhao's head to figure out where he wants to go at this point. Like how is this going to affect him going forward and helping these kids and the mission at large? I think he'll say, though, when you ask him what does he want, I just want the world to be back in balance. I want my life, I want our lives just to be in balance again.
I want to make sure my family's okay. I couldn't find all of them when I went back to the noodle shop. You know, I'm focused on the mission just as much as you guys, and I want to see these kids get safe, and I want to get Van back. But I am also thinking of after, and I mean, we're kind of doing all of this so we can have an after. So everyone can.
I'm gonna miss that noodle shop, though.
Yeah, me too. Basically grew up there. I'm sure we'll build another one. I don't see my family wanting to do anything else.
Seemed like you couldn't wait to leave.
Yeah. You never know what you have until you lose it, I guess. I mean, if it meant everyone was okay and they were able to rebuild, maybe I would convince them to, or let them convince me to take over the shop or something, but I mean, I do still want to go out there and I want to be a Kyoshi warrior. I want to protect people. I want to keep having missions that make people safe.
You seek adventure.
Yeah. But I don't think it's just like thrills or anything. Like I'm just bored. I see the Kyoshi warriors and people like them. And I don't know, they just seem like everything I want to be.
Even adventurers still want somewhere to call home, somewhere they can go back to.
Yeah.
I'm
As all
sure
your-
there's
As all of you are talking, you feel a swell of a wave kind of rock the ship. And then another one, and another one. The waters are getting a bit rough.
Does the wind seem to be doing the same thing?
No.
Zhao's kind of at the bow. He's going to look down to see in the water. Is it nighttime still?
It is late afternoon. The sun is low on the horizon.
Zhao's going to look down into the water to see if he can see anything.
You look down in the water. You don't see anything. Unless you'd like to do a move. Maybe you can open up something.
I think I'll use one of my moves is worldly knowledge. If there's anything that he can think that Zhao can think of that I mean he's not spent time on a boat, but he maybe has read enough about like why the current or the waves would churn so choppy all of a sudden.
Okay. What do you roll for that?
Your upbringing, horizons, choose another. Let's see. Probably focus, I would say.
Okay.
That's not going to do it. That's only going to be a 5.
A 5. Does it say anything happens on a failure?
No, it does not. Worldly knowledge, your upbringing expands your horizons, skill sets, and contacts. Choose another training and another background. So I don't know if that.
Oh, okay. So that doesn't actually it doesn't have a mechanical thing. Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to. Yeah, we'll just say that was basically like an assess a situation kind of deal. That you failed, unfortunately. You can't figure out what's going on, and I think that makes you a little bit panicky. I think you pride yourself on knowledge and learning, and I think not being able to kind of figure out what the heck is going on kind of throws you through a loop a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not natural.
Bolin, is this supposed to be happening?
No. Definitely not. So you just tried to investigate and okay.
Sorry, I need to step away for a few minutes. I will be right back.
Okay.
I think if there's anything, I mean, can I try to help? Can I try to just like?
I mean, you can do a move yourself. You can.
I just don't know what. I guess I wanna try and. I kind of wanna. I don't know how good Bolin is at this. I kind of want to reach out, sort of psychically, and see if I can get a sense of like what the feeling of this thing is. What if there's any sort of like.
I just sent you a
motivation?
Link.
Okay.
I just sent you a link. So I mean more so like a move. If you look on that and you go to the basic moves tab, that'll give you some choices to look at, and then you can flavor that with psychic, whatever you want. But yeah.
Okay. I think I'd just like to assess the situation, see if I can gain any insights.
Yeah, roll with
and
creativity.
That's creativity. Okay, cool. Okay, that's an 8.
An 8. As you're kind of looking out at the horizon, ask me your question that you'd like to ask me, because you get to ask me one question and then I'll flavor it.
Is whatever we're sensing, is it trying to stop us? Or is it just something we've run into that's incidental?
You get a chill down your spine, and you hear Janora faintly in your head. You're so far away from her now that it's really hard for her to communicate. But she says, "They're coming. Ready the children."
Okay. Battle stations, kids. We gotta get ready for a tussle.
And you see coming up on the horizon, Bolin, as you say that, you see the silhouette against the large orange sun sitting on the horizon. You see a ship coming towards you. And that's when you realize that the waves that are swelling are actually slowing the progress of the ship and pulling you back the way you came, slowly but surely.
We got a waterbender on our tails. Fuck. Okay. We got a waterbender on our tails. We gotta get to battle stations. Try to keep this ship moving, but we might just have to fight. Unfortunately, they are slowing us down. Is there anything any of you can do?
Are there sails on this ship?
There are.
Zhao immediately goes like center with the center mast, and he just starts airbending air into the sails as fast as he can.
Okay.
Sick.
Roll with focus, please.
Okay. That is going to be a 12.
A 12.
Hell yeah.
On a 12, you do it. You do that perfectly, and I'll give you a 1 forward for your next roll for that.
Okay.
You begin pushing air into the sails. Back on that ship, you see, rather the camera shows. You guys can't see this from where you're at, but Akani, the waterbender, that can bloodbend, has that like very powerful psychic bloodbend technique, is like pulling the water, and then senses that you are airbending. He's like, clever. We'll need to close the gap quicker, and looks at Shu and Aiko, and they kind of smile and say, "On it." And Shu jumps in the air, and Shu's metal suit begins to rend off of them and reform into a long surfboard as they land and begin surfing on the waves. A couple red lotuses push them forward with airbending, and Akani turns her wrist, and you see a thin wave pop up that just propels Shu forward, almost like he's on a jet ski. Aiko, on the other hand, like just jumps forward, does a front flip, and then like just 2 jet engines come out of her fist as she begins to just like skim the water, like Naruto running on the water, using the fire to make her move fast enough so that she can like run on the ocean. And you begin to see them kind of crossing each other in the water as they're closing the gap very quickly.
Is there anyone especially in front, or are they kind of all?
No, they're kind of like next to each other, like weaving in and out of each other.
Because whether it's their bending ability or not, they all seem to be relying on the water as kind of a surface to propel from.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use my lure. So, moving this over. So this technique, this is the one that's archetype specific. So it says, name a foe for you to lure. If they don't attempt to either inflict fatigue conditions or balance shifts or negative statuses by the end of this exchange, they must mark 2 fatigue if they.
So this
do
isn't
attempt-
so. This is not a combat exchange at the moment. You're just narratively saying what you're doing and then making a roll.
So well, I guess then at the moment I'm readying this, but I'm saying like this is what I am planning on doing. So like once they are close enough, I want to use this.
Sure.
that
But is there anything you want to do in the interim? You don't need to hold an action. We're not in combat. You can still do something.
Yeah, I get that, but I think that's the first thing that's on Maya's mind is just being ready.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose I could still use it because I have rapid assessment as well, and that might like help me prepare.
Oh, by the way, all you children can master a technique that I haven't told that to yet. You all can master a technique.
And it's straight up master. It's not just learn.
Straight up master.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody got something they want to do in this moment?
Yeah. So Shikwa is going to start collecting ammo, essentially. So like cannonballs, whatever.
There's a sack of rocks that you brought on the ship.
Perfect. I get my sack of rocks ready.
Thank
like the-
God.
they're
I
like
was like,
the
I don't know what the fuck to do.
They're like the discs from Pro Bending.
Yes.
I'll toss one of my bags of
Oh,
rocks
yeah.
to Bolin.
I haven't seen one of these in years. Thanks, kid.
All right. What do you do?
Me?
Shiwa, you have your bag of
Oh,
rocks. What are you doing with them?
Are they within range to be able to throw something at him?
Yeah.
Then I do that, and I aim
Okay.
for the bloodbender.
So the Bloodbender's still on the ship. The two that are in range are Aiko and Shu.
Whichever one isn't the metal bender, I'll launch it.
Okay, Aiko, so Firebender. Alrighty. Give me rely on your skills and training.
Okay. So that's gonna be focus. Great. That's pretty good. That's gonna be an 11.
An 11. Yeah. You start slinging rocks, as it were, and because they're weaving in and out of each other, like you almost hit Shu a couple times, but Shu is really good at evading them. Seemingly has like really good maneuverability on that metal surfboard that they've made. The Firebender, Aiko, on the other hand, catches one to the forehead in just kind of slow motion. Ooh, and the fire bending, like the jet bending that they are doing, stops as they immediately into the water. And then, as they're like, go get them, Shu, get them. Shu reaches out behind him and lets out this like metal cord and like grabs her wrist and starts pulling her along with him as he continues to get closer and closer. Who else is going?
I have a kooky idea. I would like to fire off some rocks at the ship to try and sink it, to try and pull them down with it. Because when a ship sinks, it creates a huge fucking force of gravity in the water.
Okay, that's gonna be like a really tough thing to do because this is a big
Let's
metal
go.
ship.
Let's
So
go.
it's going to require, I think I'm gonna give you. You're gonna need a 10 on this, but because this is so hard, I'm gonna give you a 1, whatever the opposite of a 1 forward is, a 1 backward. So you have a -1 on this roll, and you're gonna roll
okay.
with your focus.
Okay. So I roll, add my focus, and then take away 1.
That's correct.
Focus is 0 anyway. Nope, that's a total of 4.
The hull is
I'm
too
just
thick.
shooting fucking discs in
And-
the water. They're just landing
Yeah.
in the water. Like, damn it, damn it, damn it!
Skipping.
Go. What are you doing in this moment?
Is this a kind of ship where there is actually like an inside, or is it just like
Yeah.
with the
There's
sun?
Below decks.
below decks. Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing the babies are already below decks. I think I don't really want to throw one of my fans and maybe lose it to the ocean, so I think I'm going to wait for them to come here, and I'm going to go below decks and be right there with the babies ready for someone to come after us.
Okay. Zhao, you're still propelling the ship forward,
Yeah.
giving it extra speed. Maya, is there anything that you want to do?
Sorry, I was trying to look up techniques, but I'll have to do that later. I definitely want to use the rapid assessment because it does allow me to be basically prepared to act on the answer. So,
Well, again, we're not in an actual combat exchange, so you're just
Okay,
using
good.
basic moves.
um,
So if you want to assess
I
the
guess it's just-
situation,
yeah, I guess assess the situation is what I was trying to
Mhm.
to go
So
for.
that'd be roll with creativity, please.
What is my creativity? There we go. That is a 9.
A 9. Okay, you can ask one question.
How steady do they seem to be in their advance now that they've kind of been knocked around a little bit? Like, is it still like just as strong that they're coming towards us, or do they?
They're not getting. So the ship itself is not getting any closer, but it's not getting any
specifically
further.
the people?
But the two on the
Yeah.
water are getting closer. You
Okay.
have
But is
maybe
it still like
maybe a
the
minute
same
before
as-
they close the gap.
okay? But does it seem to be the same as like so like they set out and they were obviously gaining on us like
Well, the ship, when you first saw them, they were all on the ship, and the ship was gaining because of what they were doing. Zhao has managed to keep forward propulsion, so the ship is not getting any closer, but then they sent the two off of the ship, and they are getting closer.
yeah, but they've at least had projectiles thrown at them though.
Yes,
Right,
they've had
but there was-
projectiles thrown at them, but they're still about a minute away because Shu is still moving at full speed and now pulling her along like a jet ski.
Okay, so they still seem they weren't super affected by it.
I'm not sure I understand.
So basically, like, did they take any sort of like damage or injury? Like, has it thrown them off at all?
They are people of a singular focus. If they are hurt, you cannot tell.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was sure it was if it changed anything in that rate. Okay, so I mean that's really all I can do at the moment because I'm very much leaning towards the play. Basically, just assuming they're probably going to get close enough to attack, and I want to be ready.
Well, they will. I mean, they will if you don't do anything. I mean, if you start, slinging some air on those fools, you might be able to knock them off the surfboard. There are still things you can do, even if they're not actually on the ship with you.
I get that, but if I did it like so that partially I was wanting to use the lure, so it. How do I explain this? It's a little bit of you want us, come and get us kind of attitude.
Well, I mean, you can say that then,
Yeah.
and try and trick, and use like trick, for example. And so it says on trick, if you want to trick an NPC, roll creativity on a hit, they fall for it and do what you want for the moment.
Oh, I guess I hadn't looked at that so much because
If you look on the sheet where we have all of your various playbooks, there's a tab that says basic moves. It has all your moves laid out.
No, I have that. It was just I hadn't looked at that one specifically as much. I mean, I guess I can go for that because it's really basically at this point because what I am ultimately wanting to do involves a fighting technique, and so it's kind of like I don't have a lot.
Well, you can still once they're there, you can still narratively do that. You just have to like describe the thing that you want to do, and then you would rely on your skills and training. But the actual exchange moves are for specifically combat exchanges.
I understand that part. It's just that, like, I guess that's Maya's single focus at this point. That it's kind of she's not necessarily thinking in terms of deterrence. It's just kind of it feels somewhat inevitable that they're going to reach us, so might as well wait for that point and be able to trigger things.
Okay.
So.
Anything anyone else would like to do as they are closing in? They are now at this point about 30 seconds from reaching the show.
Could Zhao yell back to Maya and be like, arms are getting a little tired here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could I try tossing some of those? Sorry.
Yes, you can. Let me resolve Zhao's thing. Zhao calls out to you, Maya. Says, "Arms are getting a little tired here. What do you do?"
Trying to figure out how she would potentially say this. As I drop things. I guess Are you just straight up wanting help, Zhao? I think part of it is just, and maybe it's just the how much she's zeroed in on. We've got a threat coming at us, and somebody needs to be watching the threat. Like,
yeah, I think as like I think I'm like trying to connect to your airbender mind and be like, you know, my arms are getting tired. I'm not going to be able to keep this up forever. I need some assistance here. If we can make this thing go faster, like I'm keeping them at, like I'm keeping the pace like of them like between the two ships. If we can make ourselves go faster than the two guys that are coming, that would be great.
I will preface this by saying I think she knows that this is imperfect in terms of a statement, but what comes to her mind is, I'm tired of running. And it's like, if we want to try to keep the momentum, we can try to keep the momentum, but I think I'm ready to give them a wall to hit when they get here, instead of just trying to slip away.
Okay. And with that, you're like pleading with Maya to help you. Maya, because of that choice, I think. What are your balance principles?
So it's control versus connection, but bearing in mind that because of other things, I've already been kind of off the deep end of control.
Yeah, how far towards control are you?
No, it was like the last time we did something with my balance, it knocked me off the scale.
Okay.
So I don't know how that works in terms of, is there a point where
I
you at least
So,
gain a foothold again, or do you like?
I think you had a chance there, but because you
Okay.
decided I'm going to do what I want to do, I think that keeps you firmly into like control side.
Yeah.
So at this moment, Shu, with all his might, heaves the metal rope, and you see Aiko jumping over his head, and we are going to attempt an actual full-out combat exchange. Here we go. I need to choose an approach for each NPC in the exchange, and I'm going to keep their choices secret. 2, each player of a PC in the exchange chooses an approach for their character. Now, those approaches are defend and maneuver techniques, advance and attack techniques, or evade and observe techniques. Okay. If multiple players have PCs in the exchange, they can talk and coordinate. Zhao, you are pushing the sales right now. So you are not in this exchange at the moment. People in this exchange are Maya, Go, you ran to protect the kids, right? Oh, you're muted, my friend. What'd you say? You're still muted, bud.
Sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
I've got my middle fans like out and like kind of covering the kids and just like keeping an eye on the door below.
So we have Maya, Shihua, and Bolin are the 3 in this exchange. It's 3 on 2. So we have multiple players with PCs in the exchange. You can talk and coordinate. Your choices can be public. But if the PCs oppose each other, they keep their choices secret and reveal the next step. So you're not opposing each other. So you can communicate and talk about which of those approaches you're going to do.
I'm inclined to defend and maneuver, but I am happy to advance and attack if neither of you want to do that.
I'm definitely advance and attack, so that's fine.
Okay. Defend and maneuver. So are you okay with evade and observe, Maya?
Do I have any? Is the one that I was wanting to use, is a defend and maneuver, but I mean,
Well, I think you can use defend and maneuver moves. It's just a matter of like what you're gonna do first, right, Maui?
So for this exchange, you would just pick. You're just picking the one thing. So each exchange is a. You only do that thing for this exchange.
Okay.
If the exchange continues another round, then you would pick something else. So.
Okay.
So yeah, but you don't all have to pick different things. You know, you can pick the same thing if you want. It's completely up to you.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so we can have 2 defend and maneuver. I think that actually makes sense for this anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was definitely trying to line up defend and maneuver type.
Okay. So now these things begin to resolve. So next, I'm going to reveal what I chose for each NPC, and then you each reveal yours. So both Aiko and Shu both picked advance or attack and advance. Or sorry, advance and attack. Do that backwards. And what did hello pedigree? And so what did you all pick in terms of directions? We have 2 defend and
Two
maneuvers.
defend and maneuver, and 1 advance and attack. Maya and
Okay.
myself are defend and maneuver. She was advance and attack, or is advance and attack.
Okay. So
if I may,
first- yes.
sorry. Since they're boarding the ship, right? It seems like that's what they're aiming for. They're trying to board us.
Mhm.
I would like to use my rock shoes move to try and get a really advantageous spot. Even though we're on a ship, I have rocks, so maybe I could use the rocks to make rock shoes. And stick myself to a spot like right over where they're planning to board us, so I can get an advantageous angle on them.
Yes. So narratively, yeah, you can be wherever you want to for that. That you can. This is theater of the mind. You can plot
Okay,
all
but
that
this is
out
a
for sure.
move, so that's
So now that we're in combat exchange, I'm just going to go down the list here. So
okay.
for the next part of this, all combatants who chose defend and maneuver will resolve their approaches. So you picked which of your defend and maneuver moves are you doing, Bolin and Maya?
Rock shoes.
So rock shoes is yours. Cool. So tell me what happens when we have to resolve that.
Dash onto a vertical wall or ceiling and cling to it with shoes made of stone. Mark 1 fatigue to become favored and use a seize a position without allowing any foe to block this technique. As long as you remain on a vertical wall or ceiling, you remain favored. So I just want to get a really good spot from which I can attack, ideally high ground as advantageously as possible.
Heck yeah. Maya, what do you do?
So this is where I'm wanting to use lure. So it's name a foe that you lure. If they don't attempt to either inflict fatigue, conditions, balance shifts, or negative statuses, by the end of exchange, they must mark 2 fatigue. If they do attempt to harm you this exchange, you become favored for the next exchange.
Nice.
So
and
I'm
who are you picking?
basically just willing to stand as close to the stern as possible. And it's like, if you're coming at me, like,
Heck yeah. Who are you picking?
See, I will probably see. It was the metal bender that's getting pulled like a jet ski, right?
The metal bender is now climbing up the ship. Is like on the ship. So we're in combat now on the ship. So they're both on the ship.
Okay. So I guess then this would probably go for the metal bender.
Okay.
It's basically
So-
just whoever would seem to be getting close enough. Because if I could look like
Yeah. Got it. Thank you. All right, Chihua. What
All right,
advance and attack maneuver are you doing?
Chihua is going to pressure. So I get to choose an approach that the enemy does not get to use in the next exchange. So I'm going to say that the metal bender is not allowed to smash.
Not allowed to smash. Do you mean like?
And how that looks is Chihua is just throwing as many discs at them as possible to sort of to make them sort of like lose
sorry,
their line of sight.
I'm sorry. I just want to play for 1 second. It said approach, right?
Mhm.
So you actually pick from defend and maneuver, evade and observe, or advance and attack, which means you can lock me off
I thought
of
that
all
was a
my.
technique.
So those are the approaches. Are the
So they
defend
just-
and maneuver.
Oh,
evade and
okay.
observe,
So
or
they,
that.
I can just
So
say
you
they
can
can't
lock me
advance
off
attack.
of any attack move in the next exchange, is what it's saying.
Choose an approach. Your foe cannot use that approach next exchange. So can I just pick advance and attack?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, they can't advance or attack the metal bender.
Okay. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
So that's for the next combat exchange. Perfect.
Yeah, next
Thank
exchange.
you. Okay.
That's sick as hell.
Mm-hmm. And I also love how that looks. Okay. Now to resolve theirs. So Aiko, who got thrown over, is going for you, Maya, and she screams out, "Traitor!" As she begins to blast fireballs at you. And they're circling each other as they hurtle towards you.
What do I have to work with when being attacked? Come back here, page.
Sure, I'm just reading the attack maneuver here. Okay, so not empowered, so I have to mark 3 fatigue. And I inflict a condition on you, 3 fatigue, and doomed as I catch you aflame. But you used a defense maneuver that lets you do what?
So it's basically if I...
Because she's trying to attack you. I know your thing said, yeah.
But if they do... Now it says attempt to harm this exchange, you become favored for the next exchange.
Okay, so you were favored for the next exchange?
Any other options that I had for like trying to dodge out, or if it's just there's no getting out of that.
Yeah, so I just need to know if there's anything in your move that you chose that reduces your damage.
Not specifically in that. I didn't know if there was anything like reaction wise or something, but if not, then there's not.
So you get a condition.
Okay.
Yeah, and mark 3 fatigue on your character. And
okay, these pages
doomed
go away.
Is your and you are doomed right now as you catch a flame. Okay, and the other Shu is going for Bolin. It says legendary earthbender, huh? I'd like to see this. And goes for you, and they chose. Sorry, this is in my book here, so I have to like go through.
What does it mean if I'm favored? I'm not familiar with that.
One sec. Let me read this. Say that again.
It's under.
I was asking. Okay, because I'm favored right now. I just wanted to know what that means.
If you hover it with your cursor, it should tell you.
I don't have the same character sheet that y'all do.
Okay.
So, favored, you are buoyed by circumstance. Choose an additional basic or master technique next exchange, even on a miss. So that helps you out for the next
things.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I wasn't able to do anything with that initial move. I was just able to get into position.
Yeah, you're readying yourself for the next attack so you can do extra stuff.
No, because I already did that, so I still can't. Okay.
And
I want to attack. I haven't gotten to do nothing except get up on the wall.
So, you see a cloud of metal shards that look like knives coming at you, and that's going to inflict 2 fatigue onto you. Oh, this is multiple targets. 2 fatigue on you. 2 fatigue on Zhao. And 2 fatigue on Xihua.
Heard.
And because I did that on multiple people, I will actually mark 3 fatigue. Okay. So that's the first exchange done, I believe, because nobody picked the third one. And viewers, thank you for bearing with us. We've never done a full combat exchange before. Part of this was to learn how to play the game. Okay, so we resolved all of our results. So now we can go into another exchange, unless somebody tries to do something to stop this from happening, as they both like land on the ship deck, and you see metal knives flying around the one, and the other one is just tossing like lightning back and forth between their hands, like readying themselves.
I would love to try and knock him in the water.
So you want to continue the exchange? You want to keep
Yeah,
keep fighting?
I mean,
Okay.
What the alternative is to just not fight back?
I mean, you
They
could try
bored
and
us?
it's like talking to try and stop things from happening, or we continue the exchange.
Oh,
according to
I don't
the
think
what
I
the
don't think
game
Bolin
says.
thinks there's any use in talking to these
Yeah.
people.
I'm just reading what it says in the.
Totally. I was just making
Uh,
sure. I was like, what's the alternative?
so-
Nothing?
I'm going to choose their techniques in secret here, and we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do. Okay. And
Could
okay, got it.
could I maybe?
Do you want to enter the exchange?
Yeah, could I enter the exchange? I think
Absolutely,
I'm
you
like,
can.
I'm done waiting for them to come downstairs after having already like hurt my friends. I need to join the fight.
What do you do with the babies? You give them to one of the crew members on the ship? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I think I just hand them to one of the crew and just say like, stay quiet in that corner. I'm gonna head upstairs, but I'm gonna try not to let anyone pass me.
It's a young woman, and she looks up at you like terrified, and she says, "Are we gonna die?"
Not if we have anything. Not if I have anything to say about it. Plus, we have Bolin, a legendary hero. We'll be okay.
Okay. Zhao, what about you? Are you gonna keep trying to propel, or are you going to like turn around and enter the exchange?
How is the ship gaining on us?
The ship is still about the same. It hasn't lost ground, but it hasn't gained ground because of what you're doing.
Okay.
So you're kind of like at loggerheads with this.
I wish it would gain ground, because then it would be crashed.
But also, you're preventing our third enemy from joining the fight currently.
Yeah,
So
and
it's up
that's
to
kind of
you.
where my head's at. Like, I'm keeping this ship, at a distance. I think Zhao is of a mind where he's read enough that he's like he's thinking combatantly, and he's thinking of like I can move, like he's thinking of this almost as like a chessboard. Like, I can like tell people where to go. I can see the moves ahead of time. I can figure out where they need to go. But right now, he is focused on trying to keep the ship as far away as possible. I think he's going to continue, throwing wind into the sails as hard as he can to try and get, just try and keep the distance, or at least try to push us a little further. Will
Okay.
my fatigue play into that at all? Because I'm
no. Well,
Okay.
maybe we'll see. Actually,
Okay.
I think you are. I think you're pushing your luck here. Roll with passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's only a 6. No,
Only a
yeah,
six.
only a 6.
Okay. It is going to cost you now. I think you actually kind of run out of steam finally, and it's going to cost you 2 fatigue as you feel like it's like the wind is kind of dying out from that you're generating as you fall to your knees. You're going to mark 2 fatigue.
Did we heal from fatigue from the last time? From the
You have not, because you have not stopped running since then.
I am all 5 boxes of fatigue are checked.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause that
you-
was kind of hard to understand between last time and this one.
You fall to your knees as you just run out of steam. If someone wants to try and guide and comfort you in this moment, to help reduce your fatigue, they can, and that will get you back in the action. Okay, so who is
So
going
how
to be in the exchange, and who, if anyone, wants to help Zhao get up?
Well, I just have a question because, like,
Go.
so how
Got you.
does that work then? Coming out of previous exchanges, that even if we've had acquired trick, because technically, like, I was unconscious at the end of the last encounter, and like I came to, but then like it was just kind of
You
left
could.
open.
I'll say
Like,
that you clear. You cleared because they helped you. They helped you resuscitate back. I'll say that for you, after that, you cleared 3 fatigue.
Okay.
Go. You are not going to enter the exchange. You're going to help Zhao, right?
Yeah, I think I'll help Zhao.
Wonderful. Okay. I have my moves
Thank you.
figured out. You all decide what you're doing together. You can talk publicly. I've already written mine down. They're set in stone.
I'm
Well,
truly
just
just gonna. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just gonna try and beat them back and try and knock them off the ship.
So you're
That's the best
doing
thing I can
advance and
think of to
attack.
do. Well, no, because I'm up in my so I'm attacking, but in an attempt to defend. I'm trying to keep them from getting any further onto the ship, keep them away from the children.
So maybe
Um,
seize a position.
I'm already in my rock shoes, so I'm truly just trying to attack from where I am, and beat them back. So like I'm defending from a post essentially.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So that move is over from the
Uh-huh.
last exchange. It already resolved. So now you're doing a completely different technique. It's
Okay,
very
it
different than
says-
what we're used to in D&D.
Yeah,
Is it-
this is
An
so.
exchange
This is
just
why
one
I
round
didn't
of
do this
combat
until the
at a
last
time.
session because I was
As
like,
long
this
as I-
is a lot.
Oh, I just froze. So, but it says on the move, as long as I remain on a vertical wall or ceiling, I remain favored. So can I just stay
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
attack from where I am? Okay, that's all I meant. That's all I
Yeah.
was trying to do.
Yeah, but,
okay.
but I need to know what path you're taking. So you're doing advance and
Attack!
attack this time, right? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry, this is not. This is different for
This
me.
is why I was just resolving things with like
Cool.
roll and we'll reduce things. But
Yep.
I wanted to try at least one of these in this,
So what am I-
and
Sure.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, it feels a little clunky if I'm being completely
It's
honest.
very clunky, but we're giving it a try.
So if I'm attacking, what am I rolling?
You're not rolling anything yet. Right now,
Okay.
you were just talking as a group, just like we did
So-
last
Okay.
time.
Sorry.
and
Katie, do
figuring
you
out
do you
which
have the
approach
cheat
you're
sheet up?
doing.
Yes, but I've barely looked at it because
Just,
Fair.
so, just let me guide you through this. We're gonna go again from the top. So I chose my approaches. All of you talk together, figure out which of the 3 approaches you want to take. You're either going to do defend and maneuver, advance and
Yep.
attack, or evade and observe.
okay, so I'm advancing and attacking. Please, next
so you
person
so you
go.
picked that. All right.
I am also going to advance and attack.
Okay. And remember, Bolin, you get to do 2 advances and attack moves this turn
'Cause- yeah.
because of what you did last turn, which is great. And Maya, which of
Well-
the approaches are you taking?
Well, and that's what I'm trying to figure out because since we were having to figure out what the fatigue things were, if we cleared 3 fatigue from the last time and you just gave me 3 fatigue, so that does put me back up to 5.
So you fall down and you tap out of this for this round, but somebody
Okay.
can help you up and you can get back into the thing. Okay.
So I
So-
basically lose what I would have gotten from lure.
We'll narratively say that I'll let you keep it when you get back up.
Okay.
Because we're trying to
in
figure
that
this out
case-
for the first time.
In that case, can I help Maya instead
Absolutely.
of great.
So let's resolve the non-exchange stuff first.
Great.
Go. You see Zhao fall to his knees in exhaustion and desperation. What do you do to get him out of this?
I think I just run up and I'm just like, Zhao, and I'm just like kind of like scooping under your arms and like trying to like help you up while simultaneously kind of like slapping your face gently to be like hey buddy, we gotta stay in this. They're still right there. And so I'm just trying to get you up and kind of slapping you and being like, fight's not over, buddy.
Roll with harmony.
Okay.
This is a guide and comfort
Unfortunately,
move.
Don't have any bonuses to this, so we'll just see what the die does. Okay. Okay. That is a 6.
A 6 just misses.
Unfortunately.
How do you shut her down in this moment, Zhao?
I think Zhao just like keeps like shaking his head like I can't do it. It's too much. It's too not fast enough. I think his whole body weight just kind of like he's like sinking to the floor.
They afflict a condition on you, Go. What condition do you think that afflicts?
Are you asking me or Zhao?
I'm asking you. I'll let you pick.
A condition. Dang, I already have like 2 conditions. I think. Well, this isn't very helpful because this gives me minuses to guide and comfort, but I feel like that's what's happening. I think I'm getting angry, which is a -2 to guide and comfort and assess. I think I'm seeing you as giving up, and that I don't like that. That makes me mad.
Okay, so here's something cool that I think is about to happen. Because this also shifts your balance. And I think this shifts you towards excellence. Which centers you from what I'm seeing on your sheet.
Yeah.
Which means you open up your moment of balance.
Ooh.
You've always struggled to rely on other people, Go. It feels like it makes you weak. But in this moment, connection to others is the very source of your strength. You call upon your commitment to the group to push yourself beyond your limits and do the impossible. Tell me how you accomplish a feat no one has ever done before to help or save your friends.
Ooh. Okay. I think part of me wants to do this in tandem with Zhao and almost more of helping Zhao be able to do something big and impressive, because that's what I was trying to do, and my strength is in right now. You know, I'm using all of my, effort on another person who I am working with, and so I think I just like with newfound strength fully get Zhao up to his feet with like you're like surprised that I'm like able to like pick you up, and I just get you on your feet and very sternly with like a confidence and like wisdom that is kind of like beyond how old I am. I'm just like, Zhao, you can do this. You are the wind itself. Now blast that metal bender off of this boat.
They dubbed over this in the American release to say metal bender, but in the Japanese release, you actually said motherfucker.
Yes, this famously Japanese show.
This is a
Definitely
Japanese.
not American.
This is a Japanese animation studio that got the rights to do something in the Avatar universe.
Ah.
But, yeah,
Amazing.
so I'm encouraging Zhao to do the biggest gust of wind you've ever done to try to like blow one of our enemies off of the ship.
Okay. I'm going to say, yeah, go for it. I'm going to say, because this is tell me how you accomplish a feat no one has ever done before. I think whatever you do in this moment, because this is a moment of balance moment, this is a narrative takeover. You just get to tell me how you knock one of these two assholes off.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. So, I think we kind of zero in as on Zhao as he hears his friend kind of echo in his mind, and everything around kind of just goes like starting to go silent, and you just hear his heartbeat in between his breaths as Zhao is trying to catch it, and Zhao is breathing really heavily, and as he's doing it, he sees the air and like kind of being sucked into his nostrils and coming out, and you can visibly see the air coming in and out of him. And he takes one really long breath in, which kind of almost like lifts him up and stands him up straight. And he does that cool move that Aang did at like when he first entered the Avatar state against Ozai. He lifts up, swings his arm around his head, and just pushes forward with a huge blast of wind. That's just a straight line against the metal bender.
The metal bender, who's out of his armor, has like all the like shards of it kind of flying around him like a flurry of knives, sees this coming and tries to summon his metal back to him, and you see it like stop from the air resistance, and they all start shaking as they like fly off of him in every direction, and he's completely defenseless for the first time and gets hit with the full force of that wind blast as he goes and flies off the ship, and then you skip him like a rock as he's like flying
Shield
back,
your eyes,
back,
kids.
and slams into the side of the hull of the ship that's been in pursuit of you. I'm also going to say, with that huge gust of wind, you take a huge surge forward as well, putting distance from you and the ship. And now it's just the firebender there, who's like just cackling. As she's completely covered in lightning, just like kind of arcing off of her in every direction. She's like, I'm outnumbered. I like these odds. As she begins like hurling. Okay. That was amazing, you two. We are going to go into the second exchange here. All of my people in the exchange have already picked their approaches, correct? Excellent. So let me refer
I still need
this.
to help Maya.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Help Maya. Shihua, how do you help Maya in this moment?
So I think Shihua is going to take all of the discs in her bag and make like a dome around her and Maya, and in this kind of protected little space, Maya, you see Shihua sort of putting a hand on your shoulder and one hand up on the dome, keeping it there. And she just goes, "Hey, we can't do this without you."
Roll guide and comfort that is rolling with harmony.
And that's going to be a 4.
A 4. They shut you down. Maya, as you hear Shihua say this to you, all of the sound kind of dissipates around you. And you hear hundreds of students going, ha! Again, ha! Again, ha! And we see you in this large courtyard, dressed in red, and going through your combat techniques. When Aiko called you a traitor, it hit something in your brain. It like recalled a memory. And you see yourself taking an oath to the Red Lotus. You are... How old were you when you were taken by the Red Lotus, Maya?
I mean, little, like almost too young to remember.
You're
So
4
probably
years old.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd say like 3 or 4.
And you're taking your oath. It was a yearly thing. Every year you had to reaffirm your oath to the order. You remember your master then, who was kind of like a father to you. An emotionally abusive father, but a father. Before Valar, that was the most important person in your life. As you are going through your forms, you see 3 older kids, a few years older than you, kind of hanging out and talking. And you realize, oh yeah, that was Shu and Aiko and Akani. And Aiko wasn't as crazy back then. Aiko always had a wild streak. I think something happened to her that kind of made her snap. It made her more dangerous as a fighter, but it also made her more unstable. But back then, she was nice. She was sweet, and she always looked out for you.
Or at least seemed that way. Whether it was
And in this
genuine or not.
moment, you hear her traitor echoing in your mind. And you see, when you were 5, laying in bed, you see Aiko reading a book to you every night. One of the few people to like show you any sort of warmth when you were growing up. And I think it shakes you a little bit. And as Shihua is trying to get you to stand up, what do you say when you look up at Shihua?
I'll admit my mind is like completely blanking right now. It's a great moment, and like nothing is coming to mind. Because I don't. I'm not sure it's even really words. I think it's more just like an attempting to roll over and get up by myself. I get this if I'm really because it's me basically resisting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, that is almost just like I'm just so focused on the task that it's just I'm just trying to get myself up and do it like so just like not heating. Because I'm not sure I have words that come to mind.
Okay, and as
Now,
you
whether I
resist,
succeed at getting up, but I don't know. But
you inflict a condition on Shihua. Shihua, what condition is inflicted on you in this moment? What do you think
I
narratively makes
think
sense for you?
that Shihua is troubled.
Troubled. Oh, we
Like
just
she
lost
gets that
Audrey
the
for a
vibes are
second.
off.
Audrey's
Yeah.
internet just crapped out. They should be back shortly. Okay. So you get that, and then you may shift. You may shift your balance in response.
Okay.
What's your balance currently at, Maya?
remember, I'm still like all the way over. Like we're just
Oh, right. So you may move it in the other direction one. And
going back
Maya,
to connection.
you may push
Okay.
back the other way. I can't see yours because you're using a custom, or not a custom, but one that's not in my
Yeah.
spreadsheet
No, I'm
here.
just I've been all the way over at control.
Yeah, so you're gonna move the other way one. Your balance is
That's
being
understanding
shifted.
So it's being shifted towards connection.
That is correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was understanding correctly.
Yeah. Okay. You sure there's not anything you want to do in this moment, like story-wise, narratively?
I mean, it's mainly just try. Whether I don't know whether I succeed in being able to get up, but it's like I'm trying to get up because it's just I'm wanting to go.
Well, so so what happened, the story the dice are telling is that you shut Shihua down.
Yeah.
As she's trying to get you to get back into the fray, but you shut her down in that moment. I just want to make sure there's not anything you want to do narratively in this, like a story beat wise. Because you're not unconscious, you're just out of the exchange. She tried to pull you back in, but you're resisting because the guide move failed.
Okay, so it's actually it's resisting going into the exchange as opposed to just resisting the help.
That's correct. You shut Shihua down.
Okay, then I was misunderstanding. Then I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I suppose then it's more of maybe just like curling up in a ball, like trying to create stability for myself, if that makes sense. That is like if I'm not trying to go at it of my own volition with the fight, then it's just kind of like trying to pull myself back together and not worrying about the fight.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So now combat exchanges. That is Bolin and just Bolin at this moment, right? Everybody else
It's
is
me.
on their thing for this round.
I'm fighting.
It's
Bolin,
Bolin show.
and you have two things you can do because of being favored.
So is sorry, my internet pooped for a moment there, so I missed some stuff. Is the metal bender off the ship and
Gone.
out of? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Metal Bender is Metal
Great.
Bender. I don't know if the Metal
Okay.
Bender is alive.
I skipped them like
Okay,
a.
They weren't really clear on that.
they just bounced away
Did
across the
Jet
water.
die?
You know, it was unclear.
So I have a fun move, but I don't know if it's valid on a ship. You tell me. I have this sick ass move called Earth Sinking, where I can make someone's feet sink into the earth, but we're on a ship. Can I use that or no?
You can do
Wood
what you want. If you
sinking.
have the move and it does, and that's what the move says, you
Wood
can do the move.
sinking.
You
I'm
could
doing
toss like a
it.
disc under them.
So I wanna basically, yeah, I wanna like trap her and then
Bolin?
swing at her.
Bolin?
Yes.
Pause
Yes.
for 1 second.
Yes. I'm
So there is something that you have always wanted to do that you've never been able to do.
pausing. Metal bend.
And
tried so
I'm also
hard.
doing advanced attack, so yeah, so this is the moment, and you get to do 2 attacks. And you see how much trouble you were all in.
Mhm.
You see how powerful of a firebender is in front of you.
Mhm.
And in this moment, you feel the little inconsistencies of Earth. You've never been able to feel that before. The inconsistencies of Earth in the metal. And you feel it begin to wiggle and move. But you're also a lava bender. You realize you can heat and melt this metal in this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So wait. So she's. Sorry. What metal? Is she wearing metal?
She's standing on a metal ship.
Standing on a metal.
These are
Oh,
ships
we're
from
on
the
a
Fire
metal
Nation.
ship. My bad. Sorry. I thought it was a wooden ship. I had a whole different thing in my head. Metal ship. Okay. I want to heat the metal and like trap her. So I'm gonna. Okay. So I want to like use essentially earth sinking, but heat the metal so that she's trapped, and then I just want to fucking smack her.
Okay,
and
so
try to
do
knock
the
her
first move. What does the move say on its description?
Earth sinking, advance and attack, sink a foe into the earth itself, mark 2 fatigue to trap an enemy standing on the ground in the earth, they become trapped.
Okay. So sorry, you read that really fast. So first, mark
Okay.
2 fatigue on yourself.
Done.
Okay, and now what did it say after that?
It just says mark 2 fatigue to trap an enemy standing on the ground in the earth, they become trapped.
Okay,
That's
so
all it
in
says.
this moment, the metal heats, and you see her like begin to like sink down as it becomes like a ball of like molten metal that then chills as she's like stuck from like the neck up.
It's very Jumanji.
What's your second attack maneuver?
So
technique, rather.
it's not really so earth sinking is my only move.
I'll give
that
you an
is
extra
marked
one.
advance and
If you
attack.
click on the techniques tab on that Avatar Keeper I sent you, you can see a list of things. So
Oh,
you have
hell
another attack option there. There's also universal attack options as well.
Okay. Earth Gauntlet.
Like there's Furious Assault.
Yeah.
There's Pounce. There's Attack Weakness.
I like Earth Gauntlet. I truly just want to knock her out. I'm not looking to kill her. I'm just looking to knock her out and take her out of combat.
The killing's not really a thing in this game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still a kid show.
So, wrap your
so
arm
mark another
or fist
fatigue.
in rock and strike. Mark a fatigue, inflict 1 condition or 2 fatigue. You can also knock your foe out of reach and disengage. I would like well, no, I've already sunk her into the ground. I just want to knock her out.
So that
I'm
would be
going
the
to-
knock foe out of reach and disengage. You can
Sure.
toss her into the water.
Okay, so am I rolling for that?
No, you're just marking 2 fatigue, and then you describe to
One.
us narratively what happens.
Oh, mark 2.
1 condition or 2
Mark
fatigue. Up to
fatigue.
you.
1 can. Oh, that's so confusing the way that's written. Okay, I'll just mark 2 fatigue, and so I heat up the metal. It sort of it turns to quicksand, and she very quickly just kind of sinks, and can't wriggle fast enough because it is metal and it is essentially shrink wrapping to her body. And then once she's up to her neck, I think I kind of go like this, and holding one of the discs, I kind of lava bend it into a gauntlet, and I just fucking smash her right in the head, just to knock her out.
Okay,
I
so
don't need
that
this
will so
bitch.
narratively that only takes away 2 fatigue, so that would not knock her out. But if you want, you can knock her off the ship.
Sure. Yeah. I just thought sinking and then knocking her off the ship didn't make sense. That was my thinking.
Well,
but if
you
I
created
can,
a ball of metal around her. You can do whatever you want.
oh
with
yeah,
that.
so I can just shoot it out to sea.
Okay, and let me mark her fatigue on that. Cool.
Good night, sweet
yeah.
princess.
As you knock the last person off of the ship, you have resisted the 3 once again. And there's this moment, Zhao, where you're standing at the edge of the ship, and you catch eyes for 1 second with Akani, who takes off her mask and like looks at you and kind of smiles as she puts her mask back on as you make your way out of sight as you lose her on the horizon.
Oh, I'm getting too old for this. Okay, how you kids doing? Everybody okay? Everybody alive?
I think
Anybody-
Shinhua disassembles the dome and just like flops over on the deck, just on her back.
Uh-oh.
And it's just like, Peachy.
That was some quick thinking, kid.
Eh,
No, I mean it.
you're not bad yourself
Well,
for an old guy.
I've had a lot of time to practice.
Yeah, that was really cool to see.
Oh, thanks. I knew I could do it all along.
And you, Zhao, that was so sick. I knew you could do it.
Zhao, I don't think answers. I think he's still looking out. He's still looking out in the direction of Akani. Just kind of stoic about the whole thing.
I'm
And then you
gonna-
all see Maya.
Yeah, what kind of condition am I in? Is it like how easily could I get up?
You were in the fetal position last we saw you. Now the danger is gone.
But yeah, I figured it's like the stone dome is
Yeah,
gone, and
but
clearly it's like
I would-
and they're not around.
I would like to know, do you think you're able to get up in this moment, or are you stuck in your head?
So I think as soon as she can figure out that like the danger is gone and stuff, but also like literally she just kind of got taken out of commission right at the start, and she's just kind of pissed at everything, including herself. So it was mainly just I was needing to understand physically the like, because I think like if she's physically capable, she would get herself up and basically storm off for a bit. Like she is not happy about everything at the moment.
I asked you that. Like, if you want to get up and turn off, you can. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding my condition correctly. But yeah, that it's like if she's capable of it, she's like, I don't know. She doesn't like how everything she was thinking of doing just went nowhere, and not what like yeah no we're a mess.
Maya storms off. Who was close enough to hear that traitor comment
I was
in that moment?
well, Maya. Were you back by me, or
I
were
was
you-
I was basically by the stern. Like I was like if they were coming up behind us, then I was close to the stern. I also out of game moment. I was trying to understand how they do distances, since they make references more to like within reach versus like how do we gauge how spatially
We're just
close
doing-
they are?
We're just doing theater of the mind here.
Okay.
What distance are you referring to?
You were within earshot of me yelling at you to like basically help me. So I
Yeah.
probably
So,
would have
yeah.
heard. I would have heard Trader yell.
I mean, yeah, I would think if it's just a yelling thing that.
So you would have heard
pretty
it.
much
Shihua probably would have heard it, and Bolin probably would have heard it. I think
yes,
Go
yeah,
might have
maybe
still been
not Go.
downstairs at the moment.
Yeah, I was downstairs. I'm the only one who
Yeah.
doesn't hear it.
So as she storms off, what do the rest of you do?
Any
I
of
think
you
Go
know what
wants
that was
to check
about?
on the.
Well, you did hear the trader comment, Bolin, just so you know.
I know, but I don't know these people, so I'm not. I don't. That's why I'm gonna say I'm gonna ask her friends, and I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm just gonna say like, anybody know what that was about?
None of us really know anything about her. She's been shut off.
Huh. You may have just found out why.
Anyone else want to take a crack at her? Go for it. I tried.
I think Zhao kind of breaks, out of his, he's very direct, and so he's going to be like, I'll talk to her.
Good luck, buddy.
Okay. She's
need any-
in the process of cooling down, so might be in a volatile state when you talk, but yeah, you go for it.
This may take an airbender's finesse, so.
If you if you need any help, I have some experience with getting mixed up in the wrong crowd. Just let me know. I don't want to intrude. I don't know any of y'all very well, but anyway, I'm here if you need.
No, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll invite Bolin to come with me, but I'll say, let me do a majority of the talking, see what I can do, and if you see an opening for something relevant that might break through,
Yeah,
my
and I
own-
mean, if she doesn't seem comfortable with me there, I don't want to, step on any toes. You all are.
keep within earshot of me, I guess, in case I need you, but I'll see if I can speak to her alone.
Sounds like a plan.
The two of you head down. Zhao, you step into Maya's room. Bolin, you're standing like right outside the door.
So Zhao is kind of walks in and leans back against the like the wall, and not really making eye contact with Maya. Just be like, so you seemed rather conflicted back there.
Well, it was a conflict, wasn't it?
We are very close to achieving our goal. Anything that may present as an obstacle on that path, we need to remove right now.
Anything specific you have in mind with that?
How big is the room or the cabin?
Let me ask you, how big is it? It is probably it's like 7 by 7. These were tiny rooms.
Yeah, so ship cabins are usually pretty small.
What happened back there? Why did they say you were a traitor? I know this. I know. I said airbending. This is going to take some airbending finesse. I'm not very I'm not going finesse at the moment. But I will kind of soften my tone and be like, we all believe that you are a strong and capable bender and person.
But why did I still screw up?
Why? Why indeed? What haunts you, Maya?
Ask me the question.
Who is the Red Lotus to you?
Enemy I can't seem to escape. Enemy that's been there pretty much as long as I can remember. Wasn't even something that I got to choose. It was just branded with it. Now, even if I try to choose my own path, I can't seem to get away. And I think that's that explanation is the first time that she's like actually looked him in the eye in the conversation.
Hey,
That's about it. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
that was me.
Yeah.
Hey. How we doing in here?
I mean, about as good as you are when you get your ass kicked in a fight.
Maya, you know what's different about you and me?
No.
You were forced into the wrong crowd. I made a choice. I backed the wrong horse. In a big way. I did things I still regret. But you, all on your own, decided that everything that you were taught was wrong and that you wanted to do better with your life. Do you know how much strength that takes? Hell, it took me more strength than I thought I ever had to go back to doing the right thing when I realized that I had been doing wrong. Where we come from isn't what makes us. Hell, I didn't know my family until I was grown up. It's about what we choose to do. And you, my dear, have chosen to protect these defenseless infants who are being pursued by unimaginably dangerous people. I wouldn't call that a screw up. We're none of us perfect. But you've made a lot of good decisions with very little guidance. I couldn't have done that.
The past is always going to be there. You don't have to let it define you.
Especially when you've done so much to rectify it. I mean, my goodness. You've come a long way, kid.
Why does it feel like nothing's changed? What difference is it making?
A world of difference to those two babies.
Change is
They're alive. And they're safe because of you.
I'd like both of you to roll, Bolin and Zhao to roll guide and comfort. So you're gonna roll with harmony, please.
Okay. Team feels. Let's go. Okay, that's a 9.
I also got a 9.
Okay. You may clear a condition or 2 fatigue twice, Maya.
Juicy.
It says that you embrace their guidance and comfort. And you may each ask one more question in this scene, because we're going to wind this scene down because we're almost at the end of this session. And they must answer honestly.
Okay, getting rid of fatigue is the good thing right now.
Sorry, we're asking Maya a question or she's asking us a question?
You're asking Maya a question.
Okay. Do you think do you see a future where you feel better about yourself?
I think I did at the school. I think losing Valar has really shaken that. At least confidence in that image of the future. I definitely don't want to let go of it yet. It's just the question of, is it in reach?
Shao?
From now on, will you rely on us to help you?
I want to learn how. I don't think I ever didn't want to. I just don't know how to do it. But I want to know how to do it.
You need only ask.
Sounds almost so easy, it's scary.
Asking for help is never easy, especially for those of us who didn't have enough support when we were kids, but you've got some really good friends here, Maya. And you deserve them.
How did you do it?
Oh, God. Well, I think it helped that I had my brother. I think the fact that he and I had such different skills meant that I always knew that there were things he could do that I couldn't and things I could do that he couldn't. And as much as I didn't want to burden him with my own stuff, I know that he would do the same for me, and he has, and he does. And you just got to trust that when you let your friends lean on you, they want to let you lean on them too.
That's as good a place as any to start.
As you say that, Shihua and Go come down and let you know that you've docked and you've made it to the Southern Water Tribe.
And I think I'll also just add as a little add to the scene that Shihua was kind of posted up outside the door during that whole exchange, listening in, and even though the advice that y'all were giving was directed at Maya, I think a lot of it rang true with Shihua as well.
She and Maya, in that case, you may both shift your balance towards center, one step.
When you've been off balance, is the one step to the 3 does it just automatically go back to the 3?
So you were all the way.
I was all the way, and then you said to still shift it back once. I was just trying to figure out where
now
that
you were.
first
She should have been at 2, and now you should be at 1.
Okay, there. Cool. Thank you.
So you should just be one step off of center. As you get to the Southern Water Tribe, you're greeted warmly by 2 members of the White Lotus, and as you're talking to them, Bolin, being the eldest person of the group, you'd probably be talking to them, and as you're talking, all of a sudden they stop talking. They freeze, and you notice that every single person around you has stopped moving. And they all turn and look at you. And in unison, they say, "You will give us the child."
Over my dead body.
I don't like this.
No, over all of theirs. And you see all of the people fall to their knees. And they begin shaking.
No. Stop it. Stop this.
Zhao is
No.
looking around everywhere to see where the bloodbender is.
Yeah.
Assess the situation, Sal.
Okay.
Can I get in on that?
Yeah, for sure.
Is this a creativity roll?
Mhm.
All right.
7.
11.
Let me ask. So yeah, so that was rolled enough to ask that question of where they are. 11, you can ask 2 questions. So in addition to where is she, you have an additional question you can ask.
Okay. Let's see. Is there something that I can do to save these people around me?
So
I'll amend it. Is there something I can do to break the hold of the bloodbender of these people around me?
you don't know if you. No, you actually, it's not even a question. You've never seen bending this powerful before. It's evening, but it's not even a full moon. Like you know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe on a full moon, a bloodbender of this strength could do something like this, but she's seemingly able to do it whenever. I don't think that you're. I think you know that you're not strong enough. But and I'll say, like, you turn around and you see that she is like there is a she's standing on like a whirlwind of water, like a column of water she's created. And you are very smart. You notice her mask. You notice that her mask is familiar. I'm going to give you an extra piece of information. In the history books, you've read a lot about Amon. And you recognize that mask. That was Amon's mask. And when she took off the mask, when you had that one moment with her, you did notice something, a glimmer of something for a split second in her eye. So maybe you can't beat her physically or with bending, but perhaps you could reach her somehow. Or maybe one of you can. You don't know if you're the person to do it, but maybe one of you can connect to her and get her to see that what she's doing is wrong.
I will say to Maya, or I'll ask Maya. Maya, who is she to you?
I mean,
Ooh. Maya, roll assess the situation.
Out knocking things.
So roll
off.
creativity.
Trying not to knock everything off my table. That's a 10.
A 10. You may ask 2 questions.
So she's just a few years older than me, right? It was kind of more. It was like she was at an upper level compared to me in training.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah, I just wasn't sure age wise. I mean, I'm probably just racking my memory for anything besides knowing that there, because right now I just have like that view of there was the clique of older initiates, I guess. But like
Maya, as you stare at this person, all of a sudden your eyes go wide. And you remember that even though she's a little bit older than you were there very young. You remember when she got there. You're about 6 years old. And a young girl was brought in, seemingly emotionless, dressed in rags, seemed to have been unhoused. And you remember as she trained, she rose through the ranks very quickly. You remember asking your master about her, and you remember him telling you that she was the grandchild of the greatest waterbender the world had ever known.
I'm trying to think of what my second question would be. I guess the second question would be like, does that hold any connection for me besides just an awareness of like she's connected to a powerful bender, but like does that have any personal significance, or is it just we ended up in the same place?
There's no personal significance to you. Like, you're not like related to her or anything like that.
Yeah,
you were just told that like her grandfather was like extremely powerful bloodbender. But yeah, there's no like personal connection. But I think you can extrapolate that, you know, that this is the granddaughter of Haman.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think it's. I mean, I can share. I guess I would share that information with the party. It's more just like, I think where at Maya's knowledge level, I'm not sure that she would know what to do about that. Like, it's,
well, just
like,
yeah, you can just say it to the group.
They're just those like. You know, I think I was told once that she might be like the granddaughter of an important bloodbender. Which I guess that could be Amon. I'm not sure how that helps us.
She's Amon's granddaughter?
Well, that would explain the mask.
All of the people rise off of their feet and they're choking now.
Okay.
Give me the children.
I imagine that Go is the one actually holding the children in this moment. And I think Go just kind of shouts out towards towards her so she can hear, and just like, What do you actually plan to do with them?
I plan to deliver them to the Red Lotus so that they can be raised properly and true balance, true freedom can be achieved. You give me the children.
Yeah, see, that's going to be a problem because we don't trust any of you to actually do that.
But
This
you trust,
whole situation.
but you trust the White Lotus.
This isn't helping, by the way.
But you trust the White Lotus.
The White Lotus have steered things towards balance and towards peace and excellence for everyone for generations. Of course we trust the White Lotus. They're always on the right side of history. And you've always been on the wrong.
Master Aku. And you see one of the two people you were talking to, Bolin, go as he's released from her control. Tell them what you are going to do to the child that is the Dark Avatar. And I've been in your brain. I'll know if you lie. And he looks at all of you. He's like, you must understand.
Understand nothing. Tell us. What was the plan?
Vatu would have plunged this world into an age.
What was the plan?
That child cannot live.
Fool.
A compromise, then. Give me the Dark Avatar, and I'll make sure that they are protected. And you may keep the Avatar.
Think you've protected any of the other benders you've taken?
We do what we must to keep the world safe. You should know that better than anyone, Maya.
I know what your grandfather
like
did
it
in
was
the name of
actually-
safety. I saw it.
I don't think Maya ever felt safe with the likes of you.
Certainly not.
Is that true, Maya? You never felt safe at night when Aiko would read to you? You didn't feel safe then? When we'd play in the courtyard, you didn't feel safe? You trained with us. You were one of us. You were my sister.
You groomed her! How dare you! You indoctrinated her and you groomed her, and now you're trying to lure her back in. How dare you!
I see that we cannot come to an accord. So I suppose I must kill all of these people to show you how resolute I am. And they begin choking. And they will die any second unless you talk her down or do something.
I want to break her concentration. I want to
Yeah,
throw a rock at her
that-
head.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. You said she's like standing on a column of water.
She is. Hold on one second. Bolin, you're the first to try and act, right?
Yeah, I want to throw a rock at her head.
As you try to throw a rock at her head, you get punched in the jaw by a cloaked figure with a robotic arm.
Oh, I knew those robot arms were bad fucking news. Oh, it's the equal us all over again. Oh.
And the hood gets pulled back. And Shihua, you gasp as you realize that it is the once human, now half cybernetic form of Vinesh.
No. What did you do to him?
You know this guy? Ugh.
What did you do?
Give me the child, and I'll let you keep him.
You claim to be all about freedom, and yet all you do is indoctrinate and control. That's all you want to do with the Avatar, with the Dark Avatar. You want to raise them properly. You want to control them. You want weapons. You want powerful people at your call. If you want freedom, if you want balance, let us take the Avatar and the Dark Avatar away from both of you, where they can grow up to actually be free and make their own choices.
Van, talk to me right now. What's going on?
Van looks at you, and there's nothing there behind the eyes. Half of his face is now like metal and cybernetic. One of his eyes has been replaced. You see a dull red glow just kind of casting light on your face, Shihua. Half your face shrouded in red darkness. Go. I'd like you to do a call someone out. You openly call on someone to live up to their principle. Shift your balance away from center. And then name and roll with their principle. So you name your principle that you I'm going to say. So name and roll your principle.
Okay, and I get to shift my balance towards one of them.
Yes, so in order to call her out, you need to shift your balance away from center and then name and roll with their principle, with your principle.
Okay. I think I'm going to shift my balance towards community.
So you're going to roll with community.
And I'll roll with community. Okay. Come on. That is an 8.
An 8. They look at you and they say, "You think that we're so evil and that the White Lotus is so good. Yet the White Lotus is doing the same thing. And they will never let go of the reins. Once we achieve our goal, our plan is to disband and let the world live in its natural state. But if we have to commit genocide to do so, I don't plan on being remembered a hero. I don't care if I'm a villain in your history books. I just care that the world is better off than what it is now." And so she has now challenged your view of the world in turn. Mark 1 fatigue, or they shift your balance as they choose.
I'll mark a fatigue.
Okay. Anybody else got something to say to her to try and get her to... This is a good... She clearly was thinking about what Go said. Go just couldn't quite get the job done.
Is there... Zhao's kind of being kind of the bookworm and, you know, the person that he is. Zhao is like going over in his mind anything. Can he remember any philosophy of any past, you know, either avatar or just guru or anybody that had lived in the thousands of years prior that would challenge her worldview?
You know that as a child from the history books that Amon was compassionate and fair-minded and protected his younger brother from abuse. And that it wasn't until the years of intense like training and the weight of his father's expectations, like that's what hardened him. Like the indoctrination of Yukon is what turned Amon into what he eventually ended up. But you know that he was all about fairness and did not like violence.
Um, Zhao, I think, wants to I think Zhao will yell up at her, like, is this truly the way, truly the thing your grandfather would have wanted? Is this really the path that you want to take? You talk about choice, and yet you seem to be forced down this way to go any means necessary. You have a choice as well. You can choose to stand down.
Shift your balance away from center and then roll on that principle.
All right. I'm on tradition.
Tradition. And for this, we'll say like the tradition of her family. Yeah, go for it.
11.
11. Akani takes off her mask, and you see that underneath it, she has been sobbing the entire time.
I'd love to paint a picture for you.
Please.
I think Zhao starts walking towards the water's edge. And as he does, you see a whirlwind kind of pick up beneath him. And he wants, like, I want to like lift myself up within a whirlwind to match her height on the water cyclone. And I want to, approach her and put a hand on her shoulder.
She like flinches as you do so, but she does not attack you.
And I'll say, the weight of family, of a family legacy, is a difficult burden to bear. But it does not have to define you. And then I want to pull her in for a hug.
As you hug her, you feel the both of you begin to lower down to the ground, and she looks at you and she says, "My grandfather laid with an equalist woman. She was a true believer in the cause. Their child grew up homeless on the streets. With no prospects. The stink of what her parents had done made her an outcast in society. She was deemed unworthy to learn the ways of waterbending. She was kind. She wouldn't hurt anyone. You know what she wanted to do? She wanted to learn how to heal people. But they couldn't. They couldn't risk having another Amon, another Yacon. My mother died shortly after she had me. And when I was old enough to go and ask the White Lotus if I could train with them so that I could get off of the streets, they shunned me. And the only people there to take me in was the Red Lotus. You think that these big institutions have your best interests at heart? The only thing that they have at heart is the continuance of their existence. She looks to you, Go. If you forsake all bonds and swear to protect those two and raise them free of influence and allow nature to take its course, I will walk away. But remember, I've been in your head. There's nowhere you can go where I can't find you. And if I find out that you try and bring them to the White Lotus, to the Red Lotus, the Kyoshi warriors, any of them, I will find you and I will take them.
Notice we haven't actually handed them over to anyone yet.
You've shown us the true colors of the White Lotus. I no longer want to hand the babies over to them.
Out of Gabo, but you kind of stole the words that I was waiting for a break to to say to her. But not you, Ben. But it's like Maui. It's like it's like that was. I was kind of waiting for a break to actually challenge her with that. But it's like
the Red Lotus, I think, are too far in the extreme and the opposite direction. These systems, these institutions are far from perfect and far from serving everyone. But you cannot tear down without any plan of something to replace it. If you get rid of all rule, all guidance, what's left in its place is just those who are the strongest and angriest terrorize those who are weaker. It's not
What
better.
if we start something new?
If you want to start a revolution against the government,
I meant a new order. Something that is really meant to help. Something that isn't something with a little fairness and a little nuance, I suppose.
it's
Taking
like
the pie show piece out of my pocket and looking at it so disdainfully because I feel like I've backed the wrong horse again. All these years later, I thought I had learned something.
It's like the teachings of Vinesh's people. Fire is not just a consumer and a destroyer. Fire is a creator of light and warmth as well. I think there is a balance between the Red Lotus and the White Lotus. and we can work together to create that as an institution. But in this moment, if you will leave, I will promise to take these children and raise them as neutrally as I can.
Why not come with us? The Red
I've
Lotus
com-
doesn't care about you. Could use your help.
As I said, it is not my path to be a hero, to be a protector. I have sacrificed every part of myself to ensure the natural order.
Not
I'm a
necessarily
monster.
about- Not necessarily about being a hero. It's about being free.
Maya, I am a monster. I have pain and anger and malice in my heart, and that's all there is.
I think I know someone who might be able to help.
And who was that?
Have you heard of Guru Janora?
I will meet with her. And that's all
Arrange it.
I can promise.
Understood.
I mean,
gonna
Maya
let
kind
these
of looks
people go
between the
too?
two of them and is like, and you might see me there too one day. Like actually making eye contact with her.
There's one more thing I must do. And the water rushes her forward as she grabs Master Aku and puts her hand on his head. And he collapses to the ground. She turns around and she says, "Very well, Boleyn. Take me to Guru Janora. But that piece of crap will never bend again." And she holds out her hand so that you can cuff her.
I don't
I
think
like-
I do. I think I just take her hand.
She looks curiously and then takes her hand. And as you get ready to take her away, she turns to Yushihua and says, "I've been bloodbending what's left of your friend to keep him from moving, but I don't control him anymore. He belongs to Septimus."
How do I get him back?
You have to talk to Dr. Septimus and bring down a corporation.
Okay.
And she releases her
Wouldn't be the
control.
first time.
She releases her control of Vinesh, and he looks around at all of you. And his mouth opens, and you hear a voice that's not his own come out. "Well done, children. It seems you have bested us this time. We will be back, and we will find you, Go. This is merely a setback." And Vinesh looks up to the sky, and rockets from what used to be his feet open up as he flies off into the sky.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Hate to admit it.
And with that, we end Avatar Fallen Idol. But one last thing. I'd love you all to go around and give me a 1 year later where you think you are at before we sign off here. Let's start with Maya. Where do you think you are a year later?
I mean, I was kind of hoping that the school wasn't entirely dependent on Valar. That like if there were other people,
Further teachers,
like,
yeah, it was a
other
whole
students,
university.
yeah. I would I would still want to go back and at least try to keep learning, like that it was, but using it as a stepping off point, like not somewhere that I'm just gonna hide forever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bolin.
I think spending time with these kids has made Bolin realize that in his advancing years, he is less interested in being on the front lines and more interested in doing things like helping Akani. And I think he starts spending a lot more time in the spirit realm, and he starts meditating more, and he kind of he looks inward and prioritizes inner peace and spending time with his family and making the most of whatever time he has left. This whole thing got him thinking about mortality, and I think he's like, oh shit, I better make this count, because I don't know how much longer I have getting older.
Yeah. Zhao.
At the end of the interaction with of everything that transpired, he realizes that he's read hundreds upon hundreds of books and philosophies and practices from every part of the world. And I think he's now finally ready to go put them into practice. So I think he goes, I honestly think he goes, he drops the well-to-do robes, and I think he goes into hiding and goes into like a little bit of a self-exile to meditate and to practice everything that he's learned in all the books. I think he wants to learn more about airbending and follow some of the teachings in all the books that he's read and actually put them into practice. So I think he goes into hiding for a year to meditate and to reflect and to progress in his mindset of what it means to be a scholar and what it means to be, one who can bring change about the world based on the knowledge of the past. And yeah.
Shihua.
I think Shihua, first off, is going to help the Mings rebuild their noodle shop using her earthbending to set up a storefront for them and help them get back on their feet. And I think on their way back, she's going to think a lot about what to do with the avatars. And I think she has a conversation with Go and decides that more than bending training, more than learning how to be an avatar, that the thing the twins need the most is a family. Somewhere to ground them. And the most loving, accepting, grounded family she knows is Go's.
And finally, Go.
Yeah, I think Go has taken it upon herself to take care of these young avatars, and I think we spent some time just living kind of nomadically, kind of just traveling around and trying to find people that we could trust who weren't affiliated with the White Lotus or the Red Lotus, all the while trying to teach them a balance of their teachings, teaching them about harmony and about freedom, but making sure your freedom doesn't trump over someone else's. And I think we spend time trying to find people who will train them in the 4 elements. But I think I try to spend as much time with them being with my family at the noodle shop. And I think I try to maintain their low profile and do what I can to make sure no one knows that these 2 new additions to the family are the avatars, and just try to let them live normally as often as I can. And when I think there's too much attention on them, we leave and talk with another master and come back. We always come back.
Try as they might, the Dark Avatar, who I believe is Hana? I think Hana was the Dark Avatar. Was never able to master any of the other elements. Just was able to water bend. Unfortunately, without other lion turtles out there, they were never able to get the gift. But the 2 of them grew up to be amazing twin protectors of the world. Hiro was a little bit stuffy and Hana could be a little bit wild, but because of the upbringing, the Dark Avatar learned so much about the beauty and complexity of life from you and your family, Go, and as well as Shihua, who spent so much time with you. They went on to have a wonderful career protecting the world. The current year is 237 AG, so post the genocide of the air nomads. they fought bravely through the decades until 319 AG, when finally the two of them fell. And two more avatars were born. But unfortunately, they were taken out very young, only in like their 20s, killed by a new organization, the Order of the Black Lotus. The next avatars were never found. And the cycle seemingly seemed to be over, and it plunged the world into chaos. It was known as the Bending Wars. The Bending Wars ended eventually due to the Elemental Accords, which helped stop the chaos. From that time on, all active benders had to be registered, and bending schools were outlawed, and the four nations agreed to be governed by the United Republic of Nations, now under the stewardship of Cabbage Corp. All schooling was standardized by the URN, and URN academies were launched all over the world. And following a series of violent protests perpetrated by a bending eco-terrorist group known as the Avatars, President Jigan Lan, current CEO of the URN, makes bending illegal without a license. The police and military make it illegal for benders to serve in the municipal or military branches. And a few centuries later, due to laws about what was able to be taught in schools, bending became an old wives' tale. Shortly after that, in the year 816 AG, due to the pollution that had wrecked our world, the first space station was launched into space, Amashu Station, powered by one of the three spirit portals. Shortly after that, Ember Station launches into orbit, and finally, Oasis Station launches into orbit. Earth that was. There are tales about what it used to be like on the surface before it became unlivable. And the children now being raised on the space stations have never stepped foot on land. They don't know what it was like. But there's a small group of children who love looking at old illegal books that have been scanned in on their tablets that talk about the time when a small group of children kept the tradition of the Avatar alive just a little bit longer. The end. Thank you so much for playing Avatar Fallen Idol. This is a prelude to something I've been working on for years, called Avatar Cosmic Twilight, set in the deep, deep future of the Avatar universe. And one day, I will run it as a campaign right here on Reflect. Yeah. So there you
I was
go.
so confused. I was like, what? We're hundreds of years in the future? What? What's happening?
It would actually take place, the actual campaign would take place about 10,000 years after the
hell,
events
man.
of Legend of Korra, which would be right around the time of the next harmonic convergence. I've been working on that story for 4 years working on that
Damn.
campaign. Yeah. We begin in space, vast and infinite, somewhere in a beautiful void. A beautiful silver spire of metal and glass floats in space above the world we once knew. It gleams like a jewel as it slowly spirals on its axis. It's a grand technological marvel, an entire populace in a floating city in the sky. And at its center, the Academy. This is where our story begins. That's my opening. So thank you so much for playing, you wonderful players. I'm so sorry we had to delay this for so long, but I'm so happy we were able to do it. I'm happy that I didn't have any tornadoes this time knocking out my power. And pour one out for Van Sunil, who was not able to be here for this, but gave me his blessing to turn Vinesh into a cybernetic assassin, so that maybe we can do a sequel to Fallen Idol one day and save Vinesh. Let's go around, tell people who you are. You got anything going on? We'll start with Iquin.
I'm Iquin on Fire. I've been playing Maya. I'm usually found on Reflect Games when I have the time when I have the time and the energy to be able to join in those. But anyone in the Indianapolis area, I will be taking part in Fringe Fest this year with a little parody show called the Phantom of the Opera Illinois. So happy to see people there. Yes.
Love it. That sounds very fun. Our special guest star, Sadie.
What up, party people? I'm Sadie. You can find me all over this channel. I'm everywhere. Maui can't get rid of me. Tomorrow, from 4 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 3 to 7 Central Time, Maui and I will be doing a charity stream for, what is the organization? It's in collaboration with Anya Keister and the Rainbow Raid. There it is. Rainbow Raid Relay, raising money for our trans brethren because they really fucking need our help right now, the Trans Empowerment Project. We will be talking about Dropout. So if you're a Dropout fan, come hang out with us and donate. It's going to be great. Other than that, you can find me on Mondays in the Worm Rider campaign with Maui and wonderful John. You can find me sometimes playing Blood on the Clock Tower. You can find me in our back catalog playing lots of other games. You can find me on Wednesdays playing Star Wars, which has been so fun. We've only done one session, but it has been so fun already. And in the chat, Audrey3 on Instagram, Sadie Songs. If you're in the New York City area, come check out Dialogue with 3 Chords at Brooklyn One Studios in Sunset Park, doing amazing underground punk rock theater, always for a good cause and always good people. They are worth your time, I promise. Shut me up. Move on.
Yeah.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching this. I am Josh. I played Zhao Li. You can find me on Discord at Mandalorian13. You can find me on Twitch. I'm not on there much, but if you want to see me on there, I am Scarecrow9687. I'll be over here on Reflect, doing more stuff with them, and definitely also playing Blood on the Clock Tower every other Thursday. And yeah, this was so much fun. Can't wait to do it again.
John.
Heck yeah. What's up, nerds? I'm John Crabtree, Lobster Shrub in chat and on Discord. And tonight I played Shihua, the surly earthbender. Yeah, you can find me right here on Reflect Games. Like Sadie said, on Mondays with our Dragon Rider campaign, and also in the backlog. If you check out our season of Tomb of Annihilation, you'll see me in the DM chair for that. That's pretty much all I got going on. Take it away, Ben.
Hi, I am Ben Guest. I was playing Go Ming. Had a lot of fun. And yeah, I am a professional game master in Chicago. If you're in Chicago, check out companies Wizard Staff & Co., Rough Magic, Chicago Role Players Guild. I do a lot of one-shots and campaigns with them. If you're not in Chicago, or if you just want to play online, check out startplaying.games and type in Ben Guest and you'll find my profile. I'm running some games on there. I've got an improvised Dread one-shot coming up. I've got a GMing workshop coming up because I teach GMing workshops. I also do private GMing coaching if you want to reach out to me about that. I'll teach you how to GM. And yeah, you can find me on here playing Blood in the Clock Tower, hopefully being cast in more streams like this. In the backlogs, you can find me GMing a little 4-part series called Slay the Beast, classic dragon slaying campaign. And also, you can find me at Gen Con this year. And I'm super excited for that. So yeah,
Oh,
thanks for having me.
I wish I could come play Dread. I've never played and I always wanted to. It looks like so much fun.
It's very fun. I do offer it
looks like a
online.
hoot.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
an online
how do you
one.
play Dread online?
I
You have to
have
find out.
devised a way.
Okay,
Check my
I love
Instagram. I just made a video talking about how I do Dread Online. So check my Instagram, check my Linktree.
gonna have
Regular
to
George
tap you to-
Rivera over here.
I had to tap you to run a Dread online Dread thing on because I've always wanted to do Dread as well, so I'm gonna have to tap you to do that.
I would love to, especially like October, spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
We should
Uh,
do Dread and 10 Candles this October, just saying.
yeah. Well, we can talk about it. You know, I'm always looking for people to run stuff on the channel, so I have to run everything myself. So, I'm Maui. I run this channel. I do most of the DMing here, but we also have occasional guests.
I run everything myself.
Big ups to this wonderful table. Big thanks to John for doing all the music you heard tonight on this stream. Also, John is the keeper of our YouTube channel, so all of the uploads there are thanks to John.
I'm a little behind. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. What I have coming up? Yes, tomorrow, Trans Empowerment Project fundraiser. We're doing dropout cast members queer aura tier listing.
Hell yeah.
We're also going to rank the D20 shows while Sadie yells at me for watching very, very few of them.
You've watched like 3 of them.
And then we're also doing ranking the dropout all the dropout shows as well. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time. It's a great cause. I think we've raised around 1,000 so far. You can find the full schedule. Let me make this bigger here at r3dlabs.com events / Rainbow Raid Relay charity pride event. So you can check it out there. I'm very much looking forward to being a part of this. This is our first one. It's a wonderful community. I've been watching them all weekend. It's been really great, and I'm very honored to be a part of it. Wednesdays, like we said earlier, we have Star Wars going on for our current fandom Wednesday. It's off to a great start so far. I think it's really great. So be sure to check that out. Join the Discord. Join the Patreon. You know, it did cost money to run all this stuff, and if I'm going to keep this up for another year, I could use your support. You know, it's like even like $2 a month on the Patreon. It goes a long way to help keep the lights on here.
And did
Yeah.
you know that if you have a subscription to Amazon, that you can use your free subscription on Twitch? You can give that to us.
Could be good.
You can do that.
And
That's
then
the thing
no
you can do.
commercials.
Mhm.
Request
And then no commercials. Commercial free.
Get rid of those ads.
Yeah. We will be taking a break on Wednesdays for a little bit, for like a week or two after the end of Star Wars. But the next thing on that will be Middle Earth. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna be going to Middle Earth for our next Fandom Wednesday. So be sure to check that out. And there's lots more stuff coming. But ultimately, I want you to remember that you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved in this space. Thanks, everybody.
And
Let's-
my dice.
and my axe. Let's raid somebody. Who's on right
And
now on the
my
raid?
butt.
Today it's
Let's
what time
raid
is
the
it?
raids.
Winter Tail Spinner. Let's raid them.
Yeah. I bet you've tasted the rainbow, but have you ever raided the rainbow?
I have not.
Could be fun.
Could be cool.
Could be good.
Okay, so Winter Tail Spinner.
Wintertail. Oh, are they doing Shakespeare? A Winter's Tale?
They're doing Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
Fuck yeah,
Hell
let's
yeah.
go. That's the
Better.
same thing.
Same thing. All right, let's raid. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Keep it gay. Gay, 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 gay.
Gay.
Alrighty.